Hey guys, Hobo Yeti here. How's it going? This is the glade I'm in. That's my cart. I'm just flipping this around, but right next to the road, there's like a railroad track goes back that way, about, I don't know, 50 feet that way, and then between that and the road is this little foresty area type thing. The road's right there. Had a little trouble getting in. Was worried about it. A lot of these little places that I'm trying to get into, I have to be careful. The cart will not. It doesn't take curbs well. It doesn't take hills well. Or so I really got to be. I've got to judge an area. I'll pass up a lot of places just so I can get in with the cart. But either way, I got in here, kind of carved out a little area right here, and yeah, I'm going to be heading out here in a minute. Goodness. So, yeah, I only did like 3.5 miles yesterday, and then found this spot, and then been like, okay. So first of all, let me address one thing. There have been a lot of comments on the channel about like, is this AI? Is this AI? What's going on? And I'm here to definitively tell you this is not AI. This is not AI. This is not AI, okay? I don't know why, like, how would I get a hold of the, like, AI tools that would allow me to completely automate my whole channel, being a homeless guy? I don't see that possible. I use vidIQ to make thumbnails and images for my slideshows. I do use ChatGPT to help come up with ideas and to finalize what I'm, my monologue, what I'm going to put out there. But that's pretty much it. Everything else is kind of just me. And it's been my experience with AI that there's a lot of like little site. There's a site that does this. There's a site that does this and this, but nothing that does it all. And if there is, then I don't have that kind of cash to put out towards that. But anyway, so I'm on the road, day 5. My body hurts. Last night it got to be last night, and I was just like, I am really like anxious and like paranoid and stressed, and I was like, what is going on? Like, the caffeine, anytime I take any caffeine here lately, it just puts me in a mode where I'm just like, are they gonna get me? Are they gonna get me? And like, the thing is like, if they do get me, right? Like, I'm not in some town in like Tennessee where they come out with a shotgun. I mean, they might, but for the most part, that doesn't really happen near the cities up here, I don't think. But also, I'm just kind of like, if the cops say, okay, here's your ticket, oh, we're taking you off to jail or whatever, then I'll deal with it, but like, it's not like me to be so worried about things. And so, I went ahead and I had some of that hydroxyzine left, and what I did was I got like a razor blade back a couple of weeks ago, and I was cutting them in half and cutting them into quarters, and I took one of those little guys, just to have it, just hopefully it would make a difference, and it really has. Although I will say that right after I took it, a couple hours, like I was having like the restless leg syndrome come back, and that was not pleasant at all. And it was, so it's definitely that medication. But I'd rather have the restless leg syndrome and have a little bit of quietude and calm in my mind. Maybe the further I get out, the longer I've been doing this. I'm going to try to stay away from the hydroxyzine. I really don't have many options here, but like I can't. Doing that whole thing, it's exhausting, just being worried all the time. And that's just not me, But let's see. So this is kind of like more along the lines of what my old videos used to look like back in the day, before I started scripting them. And I got rid of the intro because I was like, I was checking out my analytics on YouTube, and it says people would, my intro is 9 seconds. You wouldn't think that, you think people would have a longer attention span than that, but in fact, they don't. So I was just cutting everything off and starting right off. and honestly, it's a lot easier. There's more production value in those videos, but because I usually record in like the deep of night, right? And then I'll add the images the next day or whatever. And I don't have to put on my teeth, you know what I mean? But at the same time, and they're funny, and you know, the thing is I'm a funny guy. I'm situationally funny. So when I write down a script, what I'll do is I'll just be like, okay, what if somebody says this? Like, how am I going to respond? That's how I come up with my humor on the page, you know. And then I'll put it in ChatGPT when I'm done, and I'm like, kind of, you know, rearrange it and all that stuff to make it sound better. And then I'll, you know, just record it one night. And I have a couple of those recordings, but it's difficult because, you know, you got the cars going by and stuff, and I don't like that. So anyway, so I'm on the road. Yay! Thanks for all your encouragement and all that stuff. It's a struggle. It's a struggle. I got to be honest with you. I'm not 45. I'm not 50. You know, and it's hard on me. The cart helps, the cart helps me basically all day. The cart helps me all day. It's got everything I need. It's got like I'm gonna do a video on it at some point. I got to test it out some more to kind of play with it. But basically, it's got flat free tires and solid. The only thing I'm really worried about is the problem. The good thing about flat free tires is they're solid, right? But they don't really give much traction. Or not traction, they do give traction. They don't, like, okay, so I had a cart years ago. It was a jogging cart for a dog or whatever. And I decided to put the two fillers in there, you know, to make them solid. The problem with that, when you have spokes, is that, you know, the air in the tire provides tension for the spokes to kind of keep everything together. But when I put those fillers in there, there wasn't that tension, and so anytime I'd go over a hill, it would kind of warp the wheel a little bit. These are good because they're super solid, and they've got, like, they don't have spokes. They got like a metal, like a wheel well type thing. The only thing I'm worried about is, like, a lot of times I'm dragging it through like I'm coming out from the road, I'm having to push through the wilderness, you know, and vines and all this crap. And there have been places where I feel like I'm putting it, like I'm lifting it up and then it's dropping, and I'm worried about it doesn't really have an axle, but like the parts that come out. So far though, it's been a king, and you know, all that good stuff. I went ahead and bought some food yesterday. The problem with food, like, I want to do some camp cooking and stuff like that, but I'm not there yet because, like, I'm in suburbia kind of thing, you know. I'm still in between towns and trying to find a spot, and that's great and all, but it's not really cooking. It's, you know, and it's not like walking the coast. I remember walking the coast and finding so many great spots that you could just set up camp and it's all good. And I might have some problems with that now that I'm not doing a backpack and I've got a cart. But, you know, honestly, being out here, it's like I get to my tent, like I might have something to eat during the day, like a sandwich or something, and then I'll wait till later in the day when I'm settling down, and that's when I'll eat something. And I don't want to, like, draw attention, and I don't really want the fuss. Like right here, this little spot is a little depression, right? And I had to set my tent on it, and like the tent was way high because it was like down, and you know, it's not really a great place to break out the stove and start cooking something. So, yeah, my bones have been hurting, my legs. I'm feeling better in a lot of ways. You know, getting that exercise. I really, like, there's a lot of times I wanted to quit, you know, daily, you know, hourly. I'm like, forget this. But the thing is, I know that I want to do it. It's going to bring me to a place, you know, first of all, I got to lose that weight. That one guy posted, oh, it's not, I thought you were talking about the amount of weight you put on your car. You're 310 pounds? I was like, what a fun way to body shame, body shamers. I guess in the last 2 years I've gained probably 75 pounds, and just because I didn't feel like I had any hope, I didn't feel like I had any way to go forward and stuff like that. But honestly, like, this feels like a way forward for me. It feels like I have purpose, hope, you know, and it's not fun right now. I'm going through this little archipelago of cities, going down here toward the coast, and hopefully by the time I get to the coast, I've dropped a little bit of weight. I'll be feeling better. At the rate I'm going, it's going to take forever, but, you know, it is what it is. I don't have anywhere to be, you know. I'm going to still try to put up, different variants of different kinds of videos. The thing is, with my channel, you know, I thought several times about breaking it up into several different channels, right? Like, I would have one would be the funny stuff, one would be the emotional breakdown, well-being videos, you know. I would have, you know, and I would break it up into different sections, and like, there's definitely stuff that I talk about that's survival-minded, that is prepper, survival, you know, stuff like that. But then there's also, you know, dealing with my depression, being homeless. A lot of people that are preppers, you know, for the most part, I don't know, maybe not everyone, but they seem to all think that homeless people are garbage, you know what I mean? And so there's a dichotomy, there's a opposites sort of kind of mindset paradigm shift. But every time I thought about doing it, I would ask people, I was like, do you think I should? What do you think? And overwhelmingly, the suggestion is that I keep everything here in this channel, you know, and the people that end up staying, you know, because I'll like put out a prepper video or something like that, and survival video, and then I'll get all these subscriptions, and then like people will go out and unsubscribe because they're like, this is not what I signed up for, you know. And but that's just me, you know. I have different sides to myself. I have different, you know, multiplicative sort of, I have, you know, I'm a Renaissance man, I guess, right? And so, but the people that do end up staying are the people that I want following this channel. We made it like to 90 or 9,000 subscribers or more. That's pretty good for being just a homeless guy talking about how crappy a day he's had it, you know. But I'm working on different things. I'll keep you guys updated. I don't know what kind of schedule I'll have for doing these videos, because I've got to do the video now. I've got to do some production with it, and then I'll upload it when I'm in town if they have Wi-Fi or whatever. Because usually these kind of videos that I'm doing now, just my face and stuff, they are, oh, there we go. Anyway, whatever. The sun, whatever. But yeah, like, I don't like that sun. Suddenly I just noticed that, and, well, whatever. Okay, I was holding my hand here forever, right? But yeah, like, I'm, I don't know. Just gonna keep on going, doing the best I can, and hopefully, everything will just work out. I'll do the kind of videos that I can do when I can do them. That's it, you know, that's all I can do. And as the energy allows, and hopefully, my hope is that in 2 weeks I'll be at on the coast, and I can consider this part being the purgatory of you know, my life right now, and then I can be in the green the green lands, or whatever they call it, in J.R. Tolkien, that's where the elves are, the ever something lands or whatever. Maybe that's where I'll be and I can enjoy it some more. But, you know, this is life for right now. Anyway, I hope your road's a good one. And if you're homeless, I hope it doesn't suck for you. Peace.